Yo, what's going on everyone? The Super Cafe, and today this is going to be a ranty rant video because I'm tired of certain gamers in gaming spaces, and I think that some people just quite frankly do not like video games anymore. If this past week with PlayStation's State of Play, Xbox Showcase, Summer Game Fest, Nintendo Direct, if you haven't liked anything that has came out in this past week, you do not like video games. You just may not be a gamer anymore. You might have grown up and gotten out of it. The announcements and games that we have gotten, this is going to rival like 2017, 2018. This is going to be a very golden year for gaming. Switch 2 so far, in my opinion, has been pretty decent. A lot of Nintendo's older IPs, whether that's you're a Mario fan, Metroid, Kirby, Star Fox, dude, Yoshi, it literally does not matter. Donkey Kong is back, dude. Donkey Kong is back, a 3D Donkey Kong game. This guy has theme parks, merchandise everywhere. Nintendo is in a very good spot right now. And I feel like if there is nothing that has came out on Switch 2 that you are not hyped for or have liked or looking to in the future, you just may not like Nintendo. You just may not like Nintendo. Literally, this has been one of the greatest years for Nintendo. Ocarina of Time remake. Dude, Mario fans, I'm a Mario fan, alright? Look at the backup of my setup, dude. Look at the games that I play on this channel. This Nintendo Direct that we just recently had was an amazing Nintendo Direct, alright? We haven't had a Direct in a very long time. We've been having like these individual ones for certain games, which I do like because it does showcase off the games. And like, you know, I want Nintendo to sell me something, you know? I'm not always looking at like, oh, I want them to bring back this, bring back that, bring back that. I'm okay with them being like, hey, here's something new. I want these companies to sell me something, dude. I want them to be like a door-to-door salesman, like, hey, maybe you didn't want this, but like, here, are you interested in this, dude? My main point for this recent Nintendo Direct, Fire Emblem news. Xenoblade, right? A couple of ports coming in, you know, like Wii Sports Resort, Kingdom Hearts 4. The fact that we had Kingdom Hearts 4 for our Nintendo Direct is insane, dude. I don't want anybody to diminish the hype or the value for having Kingdom Hearts 4 in that Nintendo Direct, alright? I love Mario, but I don't think like a new Mario or even Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers, one of my most played game of all time is Super Smash Brothers. Me not having Smash or Mario, I can live with that. I can live with that if they show me other things in these directs that are also still good games, dude. We are getting good stuff, dude, and it just makes me so frustrated when I see a bunch of people online just like, who are hyped for nothing, dude. Everything sucks, everything is bad, everything is terrible. So my main point is, some people just may not like video games anymore, dude. If you only play games competitively or casually, I don't want to hear your opinion about anything. I think I need to state that right now. I hate you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I just hate them. I just hate them. If you only play games casually or competitively, I hate both of you. Some people care about games. I'm gonna start off with casual players because those are the ones that really aggravate me. They make me really angry, dude. I'm gonna start off with casual players before I go into competitive players, all right? People who only play casual games, dude, I hate when they speak on things that they do not know. There have been several times, as I said, like my history, I like to play games competitively and casually, just for a background reference. My main titles are like Smash Brothers. I used to be really good at Fortnite. I used to play that game. I used to wager people all of the time as well too. So I'm going to talk on, you know, those games from like people I know, but this can apply to a lot of gaming communities. So I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, maybe he's just ranting about these two games in particular. But I hate when somebody's like, when it comes to updates, maybe balancing things that we do and don't want, I feel like people get too lost into one side where they're just like, hey, this game needs to be super ultra accessible to everybody so everybody can have fun and play at a high level, which just objectively cannot happen if you're somebody who can't play games at a high level. And then, you know, you're advocating for things to always cater to you. That is a bad thing, dude. That is, I don't like that. Quite frankly, I think it's a terrible thing. If you're somebody who only likes to play games casually, I think your input should be a lot less impactful, dude. Not to say that like games that are you know, meant for casuals are a bad thing. Recent point of discussion, Kirby Air Riders. This is a game that has a very low skill ceiling for entry, but a game for like more higher bars and levels, dude. You can do that. Same thing with like Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers platform fighter, dude. You're not doing command inputs. I would say that Smash Brothers is an easier game to get into, but once you get into these higher levels, dude, it opens up so much, dude. I'm just sick and tired of people coming up to me being like, this game is so bad. Spam this, spam that. Oh, you're just like mashing all this and that. But they are only casual gamers who don't know anything about the technical depth of video games giving input. I think that's like the main point. People who do not have any knowledge or like who don't know anything about games mechanically at all giving input. And you know what? You know, I've been talking about casual players. Let's go back to competitive players. Sometimes competitive players, I hate them too when they say that things only need to be harsh and competitive. I'm somebody who likes to live stream. You do not know how many times I've been harassed. Literally just harassed for streaming when I'm playing a different Smash title that is not Melee. I can play Super Smash Bros. Melee, not at a high level, but I can L cancel. I can wave dash. I know some text, dude. I can shield drop like off a ledge. Like, what are we talking about, dude? And I will never be afraid to call somebody out, dude, if they're bad at video games. If you're bad at video games, stop giving your input on things like you know what it is, dude. Just stop. You don't know what you're talking about. And if you're a competitive gamer, stop making everything where it's just like, yo, we have to do this, and that because if we don't do anything, it's gonna ruin the competitive integrity of this game, dude. Stop, dude. Like, just please stop it. Like I said, I like both. I love casual games and I love competitive games, but sometimes it gets a little bit too much, and I've been holding on to this for like, don't get me wrong, there is an art and a beauty for like how people play games. There's an art and beauty based off of how people play video games. I think that is amazing, dude. Some people like to like this can literally go for any game. Some people like to rush in, clothesline, take people out really quick. Some people like to dive and flank around. Some people like to only stay all the way in the back and, you know, pick you off from far. Some people like to throw out explosives that have these huge areas of effect and stuff, you know. Some people maybe like to like punch and stuff like that. That is beautiful to me, dude. That people have different play styles, but some people do play annoying. I can see the beauty in it, but I can also see why some people would genuinely not want to talk to you or play games with you based off of your play style. I don't think that's like a hot take, dude. Sorry, I don't want to play games with you because maybe you only play competitively, or maybe because you only play casually at a low level. I think like either or, where it's an extreme low or an extreme high, it's still a valid like criticism and critique, which is why I love to hang around people who do like to play some games at higher levels and some at lower levels, or some people who like to do both, which is like so great to me, dude. I will say personally, people who do play games competitively do love video games more than people who play casually, dude. I feel like you get to explore a lot more avenues. You get to see a bunch of more stuff. When you look at a lot of your favorite content creators too, these people love the game so much that a lot of them have probably played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 like titles competitively or at a higher level than others, which is why it is entertaining to watch these people or listen to what they have to say. That is the whole reason. Like, that's what we're doing on the internet right now, man. Oh, this is a great take, actually. If you're somebody who likes one game from like a series, I'm not trying to go after Splatoon fans. I love Splatoon. That is my favorite. I love that community online. A lot of Splatoon fans only like Splatoon, and they do not play anything else that is Nintendo, dude. They don't play anything else that is Nintendo. So whenever I hear some fan theory or some other thing, when it's like, I think Nintendo's gonna do this, I think Nintendo's gonna do that, shut up! Shut up! Don't act like you like Nintendo. Maybe you like Splatoon, but don't think you like Nintendo as a whole, dude. There was this one content creator online, popular Splatoon cosplayer. I was literally arguing in comments because they were being like, I'm somebody who keeps up with Nintendo news. Like I said before, look at my channel. I keep up with all this stuff, dude. Like recently with this Nintendo Direct, everybody said new Smash Brothers and a new Mario game. I knew that was not gonna happen. That is not a Nintendo move at all. Talking with somebody online, talking about like the new this was before Splatoon Raiders officially got announced online. and she was arguing me. I still know the account too. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want any kind of arguments or anything else like that, because I did keep it respectful in the comments, which is why I'm going unnamed, to keep it even more so respectful. But they're like, oh yeah, the new Splatoon game, it's gonna be Splatoon 4, guaranteed. That's confirmed. People love to throw around the word confirmed when things are not confirmed, or there's not even like a tweet from the official account, dude. I remember when I'm pretty sure it was Grand Fest, when Grand Fest got data mined. Everybody was like, codename Spiral, that is going to be Splatoon 4. And I was like, hey guys, some people online are saying like, hey, nothing's confirmed yet. This could be a Splatoon spinoff. And guess what we got? We got a Splatoon spinoff. I deleted her comment before because I was like, you know what? You're not going to argue with me in my own comment section. If you're going to come after me and attack me in my own comment section, I'm going to delete you and get the hell up out of here. Right? But that does not mean that I am not somebody who, you know, is like against critiquing. You guys are like, if you guys want to come in here and critique me and be like, hey, what about this and that? Like, oh, you might be wrong about this. You might be wrong about that here. I genuinely do welcome criticism. I had this argument with her, and as soon as it happened, I almost dead ass like went back into messages. I was like, hey, guess what? You were wrong and I was right, because I'm the Nintendo fan who keeps track of everything, who's crazy about this stuff, and you're just a cosplayer, okay? I didn't finish that Fortnite story, but basically, I was having an argument with like, not even an argument, I was having like a conversation with like zero build players, and I'm like, it's okay if you're like not good at video games or whatever. And then they ended up just like insulting me. That was so funny, dude. They just insulted me. Like, they're just like, oh, you're ugly, oh, you're fat, oh, you stink. Just a bunch of insults, like nothing about gaming. They like muted and blocked, they muted me or something, and I was like, that's kind of funny, dude. Like, whatever. It just means that I'm right and you're probably wrong, so it is what it is, my boy. It is what it is. Oh, Pokemon. Oh, let me talk about Pokemon real quick. That's what I was going to talk about. Game Freak sucks. Game Freak had the entire Switch 1 lifespan to prove that they can make a decent video game. And I think they failed pretty miserably. You had Legends Arceus. The Let's Go games were like pretty good remakes of Gen 1. But Game Freak only cares about Gen 1. So it kind of like diminishes the value of that game, I think. So, yeah, I think I'm not excited for anything that Game Freak has to publish. I still like Pokemon cards. I like the merchandise. I still like, you know, Pokemon characters. But when it comes to games, Game Freak is a terrible gaming company. Game Freak just sucks. Game Freak cannot make good games. Most of the things that they push out, especially when it comes to Pokemon Presents, are live service games that are shoving microtransactions down your throat. That is objective truth. And also, Logan Paul, you suck as well, too, for affecting the Pokemon market like you did. So, Logan Paul, everybody knows that Logan Paul sucks, but Logan Paul, you're just a bad person. You can't make anything. Like, during that recent Nintendo Direct, when they showed off Pokemon Pokopia, I was literally just like, skip this, dude. I was literally just like, skip, like, get this the hell out of my face, bro. I might play the DLC for ZA because I played Pokemon Legends, because there is a lot of money in Pokemon. If you want to grow your YouTube channel, Pokemon is a very good avenue to go down. But when it comes to the quality of the games, I would rate like every single goddamn Game Freak game like a 5 or below. Like, seriously. I think that's like not even like crazy to say at all. I would rate like every Game Freak game, if I had to give it, like, compared to other amazing games that we have and are getting published every single day, I think it is disrespectful and it discredits a lot of the hard work that game developers put in to rate Game Freak so highly compared to others. I think that's just truth, dude, unfortunately. I really can't think of anything else that I want to rant about, so I guess I'm going to end the video here. But if I do remember anything that I do want to talk about, or some people like leave some valid critiques and criticisms for me to, like, you know, talk about in another video, I'll make a part 2 to this. And hopefully it didn't sound like too scattered and dispersed or whatever. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, don't leave a like. Honestly, I don't really care. This is like a rant piece for me, so yeah. This has been Super Cafe, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.